Hey guys, it's Sean, and I gotta confess that as soon as I got my no dumb area stickers in the mail from AVE, I made an absolutely massive dumb. What you see here is a Traxxas Rustler with this floating hull slapped on the bottom that I was really hoping would help me show the difference between buoyancy and hydrodynamic lift at different speeds. Now you're probably asking yourself, why would you really want to float at low or no speed and float at high speed? So the main thing I actually wanted was to float at low speed, because you see, it's really cool when these things are flying across the water, but whenever someone lets off the throttle, they just sink, or they flip, or they totally die, and you can't recover them without other means, either a boat or, like you see here, it looks really lame when you have to get a fishing pole out and fish this thing out. So I didn't want to look lame like that. I wanted to look cool and be able to either like riverboat it down the body of water or just blast across the water with no regard for speed and be able to let off throttle without it sinking. Now let's talk about some of the dumb things I did. The first dumb thing I did was try to 3D print some paddle wheels. Because I was cheap. This was like $1. These were like 20 bucks each. And I thought, you know what, it'll be good enough. But if you look at this thing on concrete, they're loud, clanky, and they destroy themselves. Now on sand, you can see here that this works perfectly. There's no real issues with it driving across sand. But if we take a close-up view of this wheel, you can see how much it's chewed itself up in the process of riding on this concrete. Now the second dumb I made was in paying absolutely no attention to how far those back wheels sunk under the waterline when I first tested. And you can see as soon as I floored it, the stupid thing sunk. And not only did I do it once, I did it twice, completely submerging the motor and batteries, almost flipping it over. Now, as I mentioned before, I wanted to talk about buoyancy, which is why this car is on a scale. This car weighs just over 6 pounds, which is about what 3/4 of a gallon of water weighs. Now the way buoyancy works is in order to float an amount of weight, you have to displace an equal amount of water. So that meant I had to displace 3/4 of a gallon of water minimum with the float you see that I've designed, built, and attached to the car right here. It did that, but it wasn't balanced right. So that's what led us to the back end being pitched way down too low and sucking itself underwater. Now, to fix that problem, I attached this hideous gold tailpiece because I was out of the white filament that you see right here, and it did work, somewhat okay, as we'll see here in a few minutes. Now, my first launch, I was so fired up that I just rammed it right into a whole bunch of this disgusting algae or seaweed or whatever grows in the ditch water of Texas, and ended up covering half of myself in mud and all of my camera equipment and my phone. So anyways, I went to a slightly cleaner body of water, and you see I actually got some success. It looks kind of like a riverboat. It's floating at a very good level. It's doing exactly what I want it to. I can even kind of go in reverse. I will say the steering's horrible, but at this point I was ready to try bigger and better things. So I took it to another filthy underpass, or whatever you call this, and I shanked it right off the bat. I guess I just cranked the steering too hard to the right. It flipped immediately, and again I submerged the battery and motor completely. Had to recover it, and we were off to give it another shot. This one didn't look as bad, but it nosedived and didn't work at all. And in keeping with the luck I've had throughout this, I wrapped it up in some more ditch plants and had to yank them out of the wheel. So I tried this many more times with varying degrees of success, and you see I almost got it here. But again, as soon as it hits the water, it just like plows itself to a dead stop. That's probably because of the massive hole I have on there and the inefficiency with the wheels. So it looked cool at first, but now it's just thrashing around, sinking the back end again. And I tried a few more times, got really close a few times, but for the most part, it just stops itself dead as soon as it hits the water. And as you might have guessed, the recovery process is painfully slow. So in the search for a little success, I blasted through a few small puddles, did some off-roading, and we got some, moderately cool footage, but immediately afterwards, we got beached on a tiny little bump and couldn't get ourselves out because this thing is bad at everything that it does. And you can see here it got absolutely filthy, and I've got to clean this up, so I wasn't happy, which really only led me to one final thing to do with it, and that was to rip that stupid hull off and just beat it to shreds to make sure that I remind myself to never do anything dumb like this again, because it will not succeed without a lot more thought and a lot more effort, and I really don't care enough on this design to put that much into it. Alright, so that's it for this one. Sorry it was too much of a failure to really teach anything valuable, but if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.